rising oil prices could drive up diesel costs in Nebraska.
Then, how violence in Puerto Vallarta is impacting tourism.
Later, how adaptive athletes are training, competing, and preparing for the national stage.
All this and more on the Omaha News.
Good afternoon, I'm Elise Gaines.
And I'm Ella Meese. Rising oil prices are pushing diesel costs higher, and that impact could soon show up in what you pay here in Nebraska. Reporter Mo Alabadi has more.
AAA reports diesel prices in Nebraska have jumped more than $1 in the past month, driving up costs for trucking companies across the country. Kent Grisham with the Nebraska Trucking Association says those costs are already being passed along.
When transportation costs go up, whatever is being transported becomes more expensive. You're going to see those fuel surcharges reflected in the price you pay for something at the store.
For drivers, fuel costs are jumping by thousands of dollars in just weeks. Claudio Lopes, a long-haul truck driver, says he's seen that change firsthand.
3 weeks ago, I paid $6,000. Right now, $8,000, $2,000 more.
As diesel prices climb, trucking companies are finding ways to manage the cost, but those increases don't disappear. It goes through the supply chain, and eventually consumers are the ones who pay.
And that impact doesn't stop with trucking. Mike Kubler, a CDL instructor at Metropolitan Community College, says those costs reach everyday items.
Everything that we buy is touched by a truck at one point. So if the cost of hauling something here or there, they're going to charge the general population more for the product they're looking for.
Because Nebraska relies heavily on trucking, higher diesel prices could continue to drive up the cost of moving goods, adding pressure to businesses and household budgets. For the Omaha News, I'm Mo Alibadi.
Industry leaders say if diesel prices remain high, Nebraskans could continue to see higher prices for everyday goods in the weeks ahead.
NASA's Artemis II mission is set to make history with its planned launch, sending 4 astronauts on a roughly 10-day journey around the moon. The first crewed deep space mission in over 50 years, the mission is expected to test key spacecraft systems and advance NASA's plans for future landings.
Violence in Puerto Vallarta happened on February 22nd after the cartel leader El Mencho in Jalisco was killed. Afterward, flights were canceled, tourists were stranded, and travelers faced major disruptions. Reporter Bailey Cook says now the fallout is also economic as safety concerns begin to affect tourism in a city that depends on visitors.
Recent cartel-related violence in Puerto Vallarta is beginning to affect travel decisions, with impacts being felt both in Omaha and in Mexico. Puerto Vallarta has long been a popular destination for travelers looking for affordable beach vacations, but after recent violence, some travelers are canceling trips or choosing other destinations. Alicia Colanino, a travel agent in Omaha, says the impact was immediate.
The first couple weeks after people canceled, we lost about maybe 20-25% of what we do, or people wanted to change their destination.
Travel agencies here in Omaha are reporting that people are hesitant to book trips to Puerto Vallarta after the recent violence, which is causing a ripple effect for local workers. That hesitation is already being felt by workers in Puerto Vallarta, who depend on tourism for their income. Luz de Maria Ornelas, a concierge in Puerto Vallarta, says the city is unusually quiet for this time of year.
We are in high season, but right now it's lonely. Nobody here.
She says many workers rely on tourism to make a living.
We all depend on the tourism here in Puerto Vallarta, so I don't know. I hope it doesn't change anything.
As travelers weigh their options, what happens next could shape the season ahead for those who depend on tourism in Puerto Vallarta. Reporting for the Omaha News, I'm Bailey Cook.
Puerto Vallarta is still open for tourism, but Jalisco remains under a U.S. Reconsider Travel advisory. For travelers in Omaha, that means safety concerns are now part of the vacation conversation.
After recent travel slowdowns affecting flyers here at home, there may be relief on the way. The Senate has advanced a deal to fund the Department of Homeland Security, including the TSA. It's a step toward ending the government shutdown that has disrupted air travel for weeks. After the break, why some fish in Nebraska come with health warnings.
Then, how one Omaha group is making a difference for the visually impaired.
Are a maverick. You stand ready to change the world. You are an innovator with bold ideas and a vision for the future. You are determined to turn your dreams into reality. You are a leader committed to making a difference. With Omaha as your campus, you're at the center of it all. Here at UNO, you dare to dream, to innovate, to lead, to shape a brighter future. You are a maverick.
Create, perform, communicate. College of Communication, Fine Arts, and Media.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha's bookstore is home to more than books. The UNO bookstore accommodates all students' needs with phone and laptop repairs at the iFix UNO station or free residence hall delivery. The bookstore, located in the Milevale Student Center, is full of Maverick merchandise. Find sweatshirts for chilly Nebraska days or cozy UNO mugs for every coffee fix. Shop anytime at unobookstore.com.
During a speech Wednesday night, President Donald Trump said the war with Iran could last another 2 to 3 weeks, but is close to ending. He said the U.S. is making strong progress and plans to finish the mission quickly. Trump emphasized the goal is to eliminate Iran's nuclear and missile capabilities.
More than 1,400 people in North Omaha received support through Heart Ministry Center's case management program last year. Reporter Elise Gaines went to the center to see how it's helping families move forward through its services.
For many families in North Omaha, making ends meet can mean tough choices between food, healthcare, and other basic needs. Heart Ministry Center is working to ease that burden while restoring a sense of dignity for those they serve.
We offer a multiplicity of services, our Fresh Start program, as well as our Willing Partner programs. And these programs allow individuals to really grow within themselves, set some goals individually, and then really support their family.
In the past year alone, Heart Ministry Center has distributed more than 3 million pounds of food, serving thousands of families across North Omaha and connecting them to long-term support. That support also includes access to healthcare through the center's Monin Health Clinic.
We're the only free interdisciplinary clinic of its kind. There are free clinics around Omaha. The interdisciplinary piece is we've got medical, dental, physical therapy, occupational therapy, mental health services, chiropractic services, and vision services all in one place.
From food and healthcare to job training and even laundry services, Heart Ministry Center is designed to meet people where they are and help them move towards stability. Heart's goal is to remind people that they're more than what they're going through.
We certainly reach people where they are, right? And so I like people to know that you're not defined by your current circumstances.
For the Omaha News, I'm Elise Gaines.
Heart Ministry Center continues to connect families in North Omaha with resources designed to create a way forward.
An Omaha organization is creating meaningful experiences for individuals who are visually impaired. Reporter Ivan Tovar shows us how simple activities are making a big impact.
Across different activities, participants are given the chance to stay active and involved. Moments like these allow people to step outside of their routine and take part in something engaging. Each event is designed to be interactive, giving everyone the opportunity to participate in their own way. Volunteers like Steve Blaskovich play a big role in making that possible, offering guidance and support throughout each activity.
everything that Outlook Enrichment does to expose people to a different experience, those that are visually impaired.
Whether it's hitting a golf ball or spending time with animals, Outlook Enrichment is all about creating opportunities for people to learn, connect, and have fun.
That support helps create an environment where participants can feel more comfortable and confident as they take part. For participants like Richard Sobetsky, that support can make a meaningful difference.
I realize somebody's got to give up their time and their patience to come play with me. That's the biggest struggle I have. Somebody's got to give up their time.
And having someone there willing to give that time can turn a simple moment into something more. It's that kind of support that continues to shape each experience.
Next!
And through it all, the focus stays the same, making sure no one is left out. For the Omaha News, I'm Ivan Tovar.
Outlook Enrichment continues to host events like these throughout the year. Organizers say they are looking for more volunteers to get involved.
Spring fishing is underway across the Omaha Metro, bringing anglers back to local lakes. But before cooking what they catch, health officials say some Nebraska waters carry fish consumption advisories due to mercury levels. Reporter Keys for Rose explains what anglers should know before bringing that fish home.
Across Omaha, anglers are heading back to the water just as spring fishing gets underway. For families, that catch could end up on the dinner table, but some fish from local lakes come with advisories many people don't know about. David Manning is an associate professor at the University of Nebraska-Omaha. He says large predator fish can carry high levels of mercury as it builds up in the food chain.
So a largemouth bass or a larger predatory fish that eats other fish, the reason that the mercury is going to be higher in concentration is because of a process called biomagnification.
Fish commonly caught in Omaha, like largemouth bass, can carry higher mercury levels than other fish.
Because mercury is a neurotoxin, it can affect brain development, which is why it's really important for pregnant women to make sure that they're avoiding eating too much mercury, or really at all. There's not really a safe level for them to eat.
That risk is highest for pregnant women and young children.
These advisories don't mean you can't eat the fish you catch. Instead, they help people understand how often fish are safe to eat, especially for families.
State agencies test fish across Nebraska each year and issue advisories when needed. Local anglers like Isaiah Jones says it's not something many people tend to think about on an everyday basis.
You know, personally, if it was my family, I would want to know if there are limits or advisories to keep them safe and healthy.
Fishing can still be fun, and the health officials say anglers can still enjoy fishing, but they should follow and read state guidelines that limit how often certain fish should be eaten. Even here at Chocolate Hills Lake, some fish only should be eaten about once a week because of mercury levels. Officials say advisories can change, so anglers should check the state's latest guidelines before heading out.
Thank you, Keys. Officials say fish are still safe to eat in Nebraska as long as anglers follow recommended consumption guidelines.
After the break, how adaptive sports are transforming rehabilitation.
Then, a leadership change at the Omaha Community Playhouse is raising concerns.
Success doesn't happen overnight, and it also doesn't happen alone. The University of Nebraska at Omaha ensures that every student can earn their degree. We will work to reduce barriers and be a champion for affordability, accessibility, and develop engaging programs, as well as support systems. Visit unomaha.edu to learn more.
I never thought I'd be standing in the clouds looking down on the ancient ruins of the Incan Empire. I never thought I'd live among the street artists in Valparaiso. I never thought I'd make friends that would last a lifetime. Adventure's out there, and as Mavericks, it's up to us to find it. Stop thinking, start doing. Visit educationabroad.unomaha.edu.
The 13th Floor magazine is a student-run campus literary journal that features poetry, creative nonfiction, fiction, microfiction, screenplay, and visual art from UNO students, alumni, faculty, and staff. It is produced by the students in the Writers' Workshop Literary Magazine course. New issues of the magazine are published every spring with a public launch party to celebrate its release.
Hey, have you heard of ASA? Do you want to learn more? You guys, let's tell them about ASA.
Oh, ASA! Yo,
Guys, just follow our Instagram for more.
Right.
Welcome to this week's edition of Omaha Sports, your home for the latest headlines, highlights, and stories from the heartland and across the country. I'm reporter Joe Sutton. Severe brain and spinal cord injuries are injuries that can severely impact a person's life and physical capabilities. Physical rehabilitation programs help to rebuild their strength, but leaders at the rehabilitation QLI have started to think well beyond the strength building. Reporter Caden Weber has more.
The Adaptive Sports Program at the QLI Rehabilitation Center takes a different look at physical therapy. Adaptive Sports examines the purpose of physical therapy and how to tailor the experience to their residents. For QLI resident John Sizemore, it helps him find his new normal.
Well, like when you're in a chair, like at first, like everything seems pretty daunting. Like there's no way I can ride this bike for 30 minutes, or even with rock climbing. Like as you can just see yourself like starting to get back to like some form of normality, I guess.
Adaptive Sports Programs gives people going through neurological trauma the ability to reclaim parts of their lives, leading to an increase in confidence, physical mobility, and aspirations to reach new heights. One such opportunity QLI provides is giving wheelchair-bound individuals the ability to participate in rock climbing. QLI coordinator of Adaptive Sports and Recreation, Ed Armstrong, sees its success firsthand.
They have adaptive rock climbing harnesses that's going to allow a person who uses a wheelchair and possibly doesn't have use of their legs, they can climb and they can ascend. We're doing companion climbing. So this is where we'll have one of our residents climb, and then maybe one or two team members will climb alongside them.
Working in partnership with Approach Climbing Gym, optimism and inspiration is QLI's goal. With Omaha News, I'm Caden Weber.
The city of Council Bluffs is currently building a 3-story rock wall on the Omaha riverfront. Approach Climbing Gym will be facilitating operations. The project is set to be completed on June 5th. After the 2026 Milano Cortina Paralympics ended, adaptive sports didn't stop. In fact, they happen year-round here in Omaha. Reporter Bella McAtee has more.
Adaptive sports modify recreational and competitive sports for individuals with physical, visual, or intellectual disabilities. Nebraska Adaptive Sports is the premier wheelchair sports organization in eastern Nebraska and western Iowa. 26-year-old Ellie Messer-Smith has been playing adaptive sports since she became a wheelchair user in college.
On the outside, a lot of people think, oh, it's just like for fun, like they're just participating, that's great, and it is, but like we're athletes, like we want to compete and we want to like get better.
Here in Omaha, Ellie plays wheelchair basketball and is a forward on the Omaha Owls sled hockey team.
The tennis, basketball, and sled hockey programs are made possible by a 3-way partnership between Omaha Parks and Recreation, CHI Emanuel's Rehabilitation Institute, and Nebraska Adaptive Sports.
Nebraska Adaptive Sports is 100% volunteer run. All coaches, event staff, and board members are unpaid. Omaha Owls coach Alex Keogh has had the opportunity to watch the program and the players evolve.
From being totally lost on the ice to catching it, to playing, to making a play in a tournament, and the entire team, nominating them for player of the game afterwards, I think is really special.
The Owls were established in 2021 and are preparing for their debut at the Team USA Sled Hockey Nationals on April 30th. For the Omaha News, I'm Bella McAtee.
The Owls hope to leave it all out on the ice here in Dallas, Texas, during their matches in the upcoming weeks. The NCAA men's basketball tournament is down to its final four. And the road to a national championship continues this weekend. Illinois clashes with UConn in a semifinal featuring one of the nation's top featured offenses. While a battle-tested UConn Huskies team, UConn comes to this game fresh off a buzzer beater by freshman Braylon Mullins to knock off top-seeded Duke. On the other side, it's Michigan and Arizona, the last two remaining 1 seeds. But both physical and well-balanced teams that have dominated throughout the tournament. All 4 teams are just one win away from playing for a national title on April 6th. That's your sports for this week. I'm Joe Sutton. You can join us for our next sports update on April 9th, but right here on the Omaha News. Go Mavs.
From campus to community, Omaha News gives UNO students the chance to tell stories that matter.
This is one of the cheapest places to buy gas in the Omaha Metro.
Recognized with national, regional, and state awards for storytelling, Omaha News showcases the strength of student journalism in action.
Weather News Channel's live stream sky cameras looking over us.
Visit unomaha.com or search UN Omaha News on our social media to watch.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
Breaking news this morning, traffic is backed up for miles.
In the noise of every day, tune into peace. Stay classical, Omaha.
It's time to put the do in doing good. Plan now and join thousands of volunteers to celebrate National Volunteer Week with Share Omaha's Do Good Days. Use Share Omaha to find your why. You can discover meaningful ways to give your time and do your spring giving all in one stop at shareomaha.org. Do good and give good to nonprofits that spread good in our community. What will you do? Get ideas today at shareomaha.org.
In March, a staffing change at the Omaha Community Playhouse sparked reaction across the local theater community. Reporter Samira Zarazua brings you the story.
The Omaha Community Playhouse is a large pillar in the theater community. With the most recent removal of Deanna Williams, the Director of Social Impact for OCP, reactions throughout social media made its rounds through the community. The Artistic Director of OCP, Vincent Vijay Orduña, explains how this decision came to be.
Like many arts organizations, OCP is looking at some financial shortfalls, so it was a 100% budgetary.
After a few days of thespians posting about the removal, the official social media page for OCP released a statement that went over the reason for the termination, also expressing that they are continuing their DEIA initiatives with existing staff.
Adrian Osenkop, who is currently working on lighting for a musical in the Omaha area, mentions how important it is for OCP to have a Director of Social Impact.
Adrian, like many other thespians in Omaha, was concerned when the news was first spread among the community.
With it being such a long-standing organization, them getting rid of a role like that is so focused on the progress of our society and of theater and of the arts is a concern for people.
Adrian pointed out that without the use of social media, most would not know about the position dissolving.
What I would like to see from OCP is open public board meetings and more accountability and communication about the DEI initiatives.
Thespians in the community anticipate what OCP will do next. I'm Samira Sarasua for the Omaha News.
With the removal of DEIA positions in artistic spaces, organizations are surrounding communities continue to push for these initiatives to stay alive.
This past weekend, the Villain Arts Tattoo Festival came here to Omaha for the 8th time at the CHI Health Center. Reporter Brandon Kay has the story.
For the last 8 years, Omaha has seen the Villain Arts Tattoo Festival bring the tattoo scene to a larger audience, showcasing artists from across the country. Guests can come in for inspiration, appointments, walk-in tattoos, and entertainment from a variety of special guests like the international stunt performer Alec Hazam.
The artists that are from the area maybe will come and also tattoo here and see things maybe that inspire them, you know? So it kind of feeds into each other. You know, so yeah, it absolutely builds community.
The CHI Health Center here in Omaha is just one of many stops for the Villain Arts Tattoo Convention, with cities like Denver, Nashville, and Baltimore coming up soon, with many of the artists attending these events showing up from all over the country.
One of the main appeals for people to come to the Villain Arts Tattoo Festival is the chance to get walk-in tattoos. Tattoos that don't require any prior contact. Philip, an artist at the festival, talks more about why this draws people in.
Quick openings can be very interesting for people instead of going like, you know, towards like a shop, the local shop, where you maybe have waiting times like a month or 2 months. That can be very interesting for people. They want to get tatted like quickly and get to know maybe different artists as well.
From tattoos to entertainment to a lifelong community, the Villain Arts Tattoo Festival's 8th visit to Omaha and the turnout of guests throughout the weekend demonstrate how important it is to hold events like these that allow the community to grow and bring people together. For the Omaha News, I'm Brandon Kay.
Thanks, Brandon. The Villain Arts Tattoo Festival is an event that continues to bring artists and the community together year after year.
Miley Cyrus's Hannah Montana Anniversary Special is proving to be a major streaming hit, drawing more than 6 million viewers in just a few days.
The special is also boosting interest in the original series and its music, with fans revisiting old episodes and songs in big numbers.
It's all part of the show's 20th anniversary celebration, bringing a new wave of nostalgia for longtime fans.
I feel like everyone suddenly remembers all the words to those songs again.
Yeah, fair enough. Looks like Hannah Montana is still the best of both worlds.
Well, you can speak for yourself. I've never stopped listening.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you for joining us for another edition of the Omaha News.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at UNO, the Omaha News, or visit unomahanews.com for the latest stories.
From all of us here at UNO Television, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.
You are a maverick. You stand ready to change the world. You are an innovator with bold ideas and a vision for the future. You are determined to turn your dreams into reality. You are a leader committed to making a difference. Your passion for finding solutions transforms research into real-world impact. You are unique, and your voice matters. Your individuality breathes life into the community you're shaping. You are driven, always striving for excellence. Your passion, your hustle, it's not just about today. It's about opening doors to tomorrow. Every skill you sharpen, every connection you make is building the foundation for your future success. With Omaha as your campus, you're at the center of it all. Here at UNO, the possibilities are as endless as your potential. You dare to dream, to innovate, to lead, to shape a brighter future. You are a maverick.
Consider This continues to find the stories that matter to Nebraskans and let them hear directly from the people involved. Hi, I'm Kathy Wyatt, and I'd like to sincerely thank all of those guests, the students and staff at UNO who work on this program, and especially you, the viewer. Thank you for watching.